here. We have 678 people watching live, 10 to 20,000 or 50,000 on the replay. Up next is Randy Hilarski. Welcome.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Maddie.
Hey, how's it going?
We got Little Bastard here with us tonight,
Awesome.
representing the 9-inch crew. I want to give a shout out to everybody and thank you for what they've done. And Max wants to talk a little bit. And, you know, he's a squid. He's a HEX squid. So
Wow.
He's proud to be a HEXican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else do you got? What other coins you got in the Pulse Chain ecosystem?
Got 9-inch.
What else?
Some note token.
Yeah, you got Nope token. That's good.
Some HEX.
Yeah. What else? What's the last one's your favorite?
Nope token.
Oh, good choice, son. That's not what I was gonna say, but he's a pee-pee whale. So
PP token.
yeah.
There you
But
go.
I want to say thanks again and congratulations to everybody who have been holding on for so long. And you know, Max is coming in. He's going to be in the newest Lowest of Stakes movie coming up, and look forward to checking that out. So, say cheers. Say bye, guys.
Cheers. Bye.
Take
Make
care.
sure you close the door. Thanks. So Maddie,
Randy,
how you been, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. You're up for 10 minutes here for your talk. I'll let you take it away if you want.
Sure, I can do that, sir. Thank you.
Great. Thanks.
Hola, everybody. Hola from Panama. It's been a wonderful 2023. I think we are deep in the bull market right now. For those of you guys who do not know, the bull market started last year for Bitcoin. We are just going to be starting to feel the benefits of it. Wait, which way they got to go here? Pretty soon for Pulse Chain ecosystem. And I want to talk a little bit about where crypto has been and where crypto is going and how I think, let me move this up, where I think that we're heading as ecosystem and as crypto in general. You know, back in the day, Bitcoin started as a peer-to-peer transactional currency. That's exactly what they designed it for. And you saw Roger Ver fight that for years. He was a big proponent of that. He believed in, you know, be able to do transactions with Bitcoin. And obviously that failed. And Bitcoin Cash has been a pretty good failure as well. So, you know, the idea that peer-to-peer was going to work, it just didn't work out for all of us. And it was exciting in the beginning, and I love the technology, but, you know, Bitcoin to me is like grandpa crypto. So I moved on, and they tried to change the idea of it to being a store of value. And store of value, if I'm going to do a store of value, I'm going to own gold. As you guys, many of you know, I come from the gold and silver world. That's how I got my introduction to Bitcoin. Loved it. I was writing about it. This is 2011, writing articles about Bitcoin. I was a little bit broke back then, so I didn't have the extra money really to dive in. And you know, sadly, my business partner, and I back at that time, we were about to buy some, and we didn't pull the trigger at $7. So there's that. Randy made a huge mistake back in 2011. I ended up selling my house in 2014. That's when I first got into Bitcoin. And it was about $400 at the time, and that was coming off the top of a bull market, and it ended up going down to about 250. So my first market was a bear. So those of you guys who bought my HEX tokens in 2021, some of the ones I sold, you know, I felt the same way when I was buying the Bitcoin. It just went down, down, down. So very painful. And I understand what it feels like to ride out a bear market in your first cycle. So if you're still here, congratulations. The next thing up was speculating assets. And we did that in 2016, 2017. For those of you guys who don't know, I launched about 40 projects. I was the marketing team. I used to make fun and call myself the Black Hand of crypto. So there's a lot of projects out there that are still alive today that I had my hand in, like Aave is a good one that a lot of people know, that I was writing articles for free for them and on Steemit. And I worked on the Steemit team and did those things. So I have a history in crypto that a lot of folks don't know about. I love it. I've been here. I'm staying with it. I haven't given up. It's 2014 to 2023. It's almost 10 years since I bought my first Bitcoin, and I'm not going anywhere. And then this last cycle, we had this tragedy happen, and it was companies coming in trying to harvest middleman money off of the crypto ecosystem. And our boy Richard Hart called it out. And I'm not going to name their names because I don't want to give them any props, but they came in and they really wrecked our system. And they made crypto look very foolish and made me look foolish. But to my props, I go into HEX, and I learned about Richard Hart in 2019, and I went big into HEX in the first 2 months or so. And then I went extra when the God whale came in, and I had given up. I thought HEX was just another mistake I made, and then all of a sudden God whale came in, and I've learned about Hexologist and Maddie and everybody, and we were just all hanging out, kumbaya, this thing's amazing, but why doesn't anybody understand us? So that's how it went. I don't want to talk about too much about the OG stuff in HEX because you guys pretty much know the story, but it was quite painful for a long time. But then it just took off, and Richard announced the Pulse chain, and did the sacrifice for Pulse chain, and then HEX really took off, and it was very exciting to see. I remember we were talking earlier, Kareem was talking about Staker app, and I remember, the screenshots. You take the screenshots. I sent it to my mom, or I sent it to my best friend. All my friends that were in crypto and the HEX, I'd be like, hey, check this screenshot out. Oh my God, look at this. I did not expect that, right? So I was one of the guys that was big into the HEX flex. This is a HEX conference, so I think I could talk about these things without too much judgment, but I'll give a perfect example. So there was a HEX stake that I made in the first launch week of HEX, and it was about a $400 stake. And back in September of 2021, I think HEX was about 46 cents when I sold that initial stake. So it netted me about $157,000 in just one stake. That was one of many that we have done, right? And I was able to, we bought our vehicle, and then we traveled for 3 months, and we also had plenty left over to pay for our living expenses for months on end. So one HEX stake. So I wanted to tell you that story, not to brag. Okay. I want to tell you a story that the possibilities in crypto are ridiculous. Nothing else can do this for us. Yes, my friend Corey Geary, he's a real estate guru. He understands how to do it with real estate. And I'm like to transition this next cycle to start doing some real estate and owning some apartments and a farm and those kind of things. And I know that real estate can make you a lot of money, but nothing can do that in 18 months like crypto. Fabulous. It was absolutely fabulous. And I wasn't the only one. I was just one that liked to tell the one story because I only used one stake. I sold one stake. That was it. And it was enough to take care of us for that year going into 2022. Absolutely fabulous. And then we saw our Staker app numbers go down, and that's part of the game, right? Richard even warned us. He said, things can go up exponentially, and then they can come down 90%. And it came down, our EHEX is down 99%. So that's enough about those topics, but I want to talk about cycles. If you guys have listened to me at all, I'm a cycles guy. I don't care about charts. Charts to me are just a validator. I go in, I check the Aurochs indicator. If the Aurochs indicator agrees with what I say, then I'll go for it, right? I just say, okay, we have 4-year cycles in crypto. Right now, we're in the 3rd year, and we're going into the bull. That's where we're at right now. No doubt in my mind. Everyone can say whatever they want, but Bitcoin went to 15.5. We're starting the 2nd year right now. I think Bitcoin's at 47,000 right now, or 46,000, something like that. We're on the way back up. So right now there's this talk of an ETF launching for Bitcoin. And I want to tell you guys that this is a buy the rumor, sell the news event that might shake some of you out. And you guys might get scared over the next week. We saw what happened today. There was a fake tweet by the SEC. Who could make this shit up? Somebody hacked the SEC Twitter account and said that the ETFs were approved. What happened to Bitcoin? Well, bam, it got slammed. Why? Because it's a buy the rumor, sell the news event. That gave you a taste of what is to come when the actual news is released that the ETF is going to launch. The price is going to go down. The whales are going to send it down. And we could see $32,000, $34,000 Bitcoin again for a short time. It might only be a day, 2 days, and then it's going to start moving right back up. Don't be dismayed. You may see your bags get hit, or you could be proactive and maybe go to some USDC if you're outside of the Pulse Chain ecosystem and buy the dip. That is what will happen. Buy the rumor, sell the news is one of the best ways to trade in crypto. And I know that Richard, he doesn't believe in trading. Okay. He talks, stay away from trading, stay away from leverage, all those kind of things. And I totally agree with him. And for 3 years, I pretty much did that. Right. But right now it's just, sometimes things are just so juicy, you just got to take advantage of it. So personally, that's what I'm doing. My community, no permissions. They know my exact thoughts on this and what I'm doing. If you want to learn more, you can follow me there. But I think that we're going to have a pullback. What's going to happen after the pullback? Well, we're going into the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is mid-April sometime. We don't know the exact date. Some people say April 4th, April 10th. I don't care what the date is. What the thing that's important is that the Bitcoin halving is happening, and we're going to get a run up. You're going to see Bitcoin go up. We'll have the pullback this week or next week, whenever the ETF is announced. Then it's going to start going back up again, and we're going to see up and to the right for Bitcoin. And all the Bitcoin people are going to tell us all we're fools because we're in alternative currencies. We're in the shit coins, and they don't believe in the shit coins. You know, like their stuff didn't start out being called a scam, right? I remember when people told me I was a scammer, where family members wouldn't talk to me because they thought I was involved in some criminal syndicate because I was in Bitcoin. All right. Now we're going to see it go down. We're going to see it go right back up. And then right before the halving, the whales are going to start to take their profits and they're going to move out, and you're going to see the market tank again. This is what happens every cycle. And don't be dismayed. Don't give up. Just be ready for it. If you want to take some profits off the table, take some profits, buy back the dip. That's how you exponentially grow your bags on top of just the USD value. If you want more HEX, or you want more Pulse Chain, or you want some more Chainlink, or whatever you want, those are the opportunities you're going to have to buy some if you understand the cycles and you know how buy the rumor, sell the news works. So I don't want to be out here to tell you guys to trade, but there's certain things that are happening over the next couple months, and I want you to pay attention to them. I don't want you to be dismayed when they happen. Don't be shooken out. Thanks, Matt.
Awesome. I wish I could have scheduled you for longer. Where can people find more of your content?
On Twitter. Twitter X is a great place. And obviously on YouTube, I stream Sunday nights and on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights is my casino night. So if you guys want a possible share in the winnings, I split whatever I win with a person in the chat by spinning the wheel on StreamYard. And best we've ever done was we had a $750 night. Someone walked away with like $375 or something like that. So yeah, man, we have a lot of fun with it, and also Patreon at No Permissions. That's my group. We have a ton of fun over there.
You've been standing up for HEX for many years now, so I want to thank you for that and encourage people to tune into your content. And thanks so much for speaking again this year.
All right. Cheers, Maddie.